So we met on the 4th of December, 2009.
I would dispute that, but I don't know.
It was a Friday, no?
It was Friday, yeah.
It was the 4th of December, 2009. I was forced to go to a Christmas party that I didn't want to go to because I was a third wheel and I didn't know anybody, from Zayoja besides my cousin who I went with, my aunt, Dumainin, actually. Cousin is an understatement. So they already knew each other. And she knew of him, and she kept talking about him. Show this, show that. Oh, he's so awesome. Oh, he's handsome. So we used to stalk his Facebook page, and I was like, yeah, he's cute, but he lives so far, and he's probably got a girlfriend, so whatever. So the day of the party, she says to me, oh, I need you to come with me as a third party. And I was thinking, why would I want to come with you and your man and me in the middle? Like, that's awkward. No. Cut a long story short, I went, and randomly, I was busy moaning about how we are late, food had been served, you promised me dinner, and I was just moaning. And this brother walks across the room. He was wearing like a silvery grey suit, but it was a waistcoat without the jacket. And he walks across the room, and I was like, oh, Mainin, who's that? And she was like, oh, that's Sheo. She calls him over, and I was thinking, no, please don't call him over. I was just asking who he is. When he came closer, that's when I realized, oh, that's the Facebook guy that we've been stalking. So yeah, he says hi. It was a quick hi, like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And then he continued talking to everybody else on the table. And throughout the night, they kept forcing me to stand next to him to take pictures. And, oh, Sheo, come, let's dance on the dance. Oh, Sheo, he can dance, Sheo, come. And it was just like, oh my God, really? And then at the end of the night, Sheo comes up to me and he says, so what's your name? Bear in mind, this is the second time he had asked what my name was. I told him, Tatenda. He's like, oh, okay. Moments later, he asked me again, what did you say your name was? And at that point, I was just like, forget you. Like, whatever. Yeah, you're cute, but whatever. So I told him again for the third time what my name was. Then he was like, oh, we have a party, the same thing happening in Birmingham, because that's where he lives, which is like 3 hours away from where I live. You should come. It's just like, yeah. In my head, I was like, I'm not coming, but cool. Yeah, I'll come. Then he asked me, do you have Facebook? Yes, I have Facebook. What's your name on Facebook? And I said, Tatenda. He says, Tatenda what? Tatenda Mfai. And I guess to him, it was just long. He was like, you should add me on Facebook. And then we can go from there. I was like, yeah, okay. But in my mind, I was just like, nah, I'm not adding him. First of all, I had to tell him my name 3 times. That's just, like, why should I even bother? So I got home, and I think it was like 2 days later, or a day later, or 3 days later. I took my time. And then I added him eventually. Or did you add me?
No, you did.
Okay, I added him. And then he DM'd me something corny, like, oh, nice pictures. I was like, oh, thanks, you don't look too bad yourself. Then he asked for my number. I gave him my number. Somehow he took it down wrong. And then days later, he messaged me saying, oh, if you didn't want to give me your number, you could have just said no. But anyway, if you change your mind, here's my number and you can call me. I checked the number and I was like, bruh, that number is right. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. He checked, he had taken it down wrong. That was it, really. Now we're here 7 years later.
Yeah, that was basically...
I didn't change anything, did I?
No. That was
the story.
basically...
7 years. 7 years later. Yeah, I was 18. I had just turned 18 and he was 20. So yeah.
Oh no, you were really young.
I was a baby. That's why it took so long. Because I was a child. But yeah.
It's been cool. It's been all right. I think we've both grown to know each other better. Obviously, it's been a long time, obviously, and we've had our ups and downs. But I think, like, for myself, I feel like this is the perfect time to be moving on to the next level of our relationship because,
I agree.
Yeah, I think earlier, obviously, when we met, we were quite young and we were still growing. So we had our ups and downs, but the last few years have just been amazing, I think, yeah. And yeah, I personally feel like this is the right time for everything to be happening at this point in our lives.
What was your lowest low?
Oh my god.
You had to throw a spanner in the works. Like, you have to. Life happens. Life happened, and we broke up. And it was horrible, and I thought he was never coming back. And I was like, woe is me, and I cried every day. I didn't cry every day. But it was weird, because after being together for so long, I didn't really know what to do with myself after, so long. It was very strange. And you can say we rekindled at my graduation party. He showed up, cool dude as he is. Hey, I should take you out for dinner. We need to catch up. It's been forever. Because we hadn't spoken for like a year, and he came to my graduation party, and that's where we picked back up.
Yeah.
So that was probably the lowest low when we broke up. It felt like forever, and I started to give up. Like, he's not coming back, but that's fine. It's his loss.
Highest high.
Yeah.
The highest high was yesterday. It was yesterday. The highest high was totally yesterday. It was yesterday.